Wow, what an intro. I love that intro. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. We're back at it again with Bitcoin and the monthly candle close. That's right. I just can't miss. I'm just too focused. But I really want to see what's happening. Let's take a look at Bitcoin and the monthly candle close for Bitcoin. Yeah, we don't go all the way. That's the weekly candle. We can't take that moment. But we will give you the monthly candle close here. Shout out to everybody on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Check 1 2 1 2. Make sure this mic is blasting to the upside. Amen. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, shall we? And see what happened to the month. We had a bit of a dump today, attempting to recover right now in a bit of a flag here. This flag just went sideways. Actually, today was mostly sideways. After the pump, we just went sideways all day. Can we get that break to the upside? Can we get this shoulder, head, right shoulder? Are we going to move? Is the long going to play out for BTC? Only time will tell. Let's delete all this hardcore work. But right now, look at that. So you're telling me there's a chance. There's just a chance here that Bitcoin does break out of this flag. It has a beautiful measured move through the gap. The 1 hour would pump up to the 200 MA. I've seen it many times. Tight moving averages with the 21 day. Eventually, this will look similar to how the daily looked before we got the nasty dump. When the moving averages get tight and you pump up to the 200 MA, just like the daily looked when we dumped down to the 200 MA. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. See you later, señorita. So, there's some talks around the streets. There's some people talking. A couple people around the street say, hey, we might get a reversal here for Bitcoin, so pay atenciones. But for now, let's take a look at the big boy, the biggest boy in the room, or one of the, basically one of the biggest boys in the room. The monthly candle close for Bitcoin. One of the worst in the history of Bitcoin. Look at that. Started a bear market, or a nasty pullback that ripped us back up, and then a bear market. I wouldn't be surprised if it's one of these. Just you get another big boom, and then, because then the divergence is going to be insane at that point. But anyway, only time will tell. We will see. We will see. Let's just take a look right now, one step at a time, and see what's happening here. The monthly opened at $102,429.56. We started the month doing great. We were in la la land. January ended, we were like, wow, right? We started the new year, 2025, with a bang. Trump coming into office, $102,000 Bitcoin. We can't stop. The high was $102,783. And then the low is $78,258. And the candle would close at $84,349, down $18,000, down 17% in a month. The candle itself was even bigger, really, in total, but wow. Opened at 102.4, closed at 84,350, 349 and 94 cents. Down $18,079.62, down 17.65% for Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Sorry. I just like this song. It gets in my head. So the monthly closes nasty. That's a bearish engulfing candle on the monthly. We flip on the moving averages. You could come back to the 21 on the monthly. You could revisit the next monthly support, which would be 71,000. Bitcoin tends to not do stuff like that on the monthly, not too much. Right here, you could almost say it revisited this previous resistance and bounced. There's a chance that it does go lower and head further back down here like this. It would get a pump one more month, and the next month would be down one more month. And basically, it would go sideways until September of 2025, where it would then hit the 21 here, and boom, maybe 1, 2, 3 months. You could see $116,000 Bitcoin eventually. A lot of people overshot the idea where Bitcoin, 200K, the bull run hasn't even begun. The one question is, are we in a bear market? And I'll tell you, I don't see it because the pi cycle never topped. And I go by the pi cycle, number one. Number two, I don't see it because I'd have to end trend. And low, high, higher low, higher high, higher low. As long as the monthly candle stays above, daily candle too as well, we're looking around 58,059. On the daily, it might be a little lower. But for me, we'd have to take out this low. And we would say, boom, we'd be in a downtrend. And then again, like I showed you, we'd make some type of shoulder. And I'd have to say that's a head and shoulder pattern. And you have to start saying that that would be the measured move. And you'd have to start talking about a $9 or $10 or $11,000 Bitcoin. I mean, could we go back to, and that, you know? And then you would say, okay, well, we double bottom. And we break out again eventually to go up in 2028. I'm open-minded. That could happen. Some type of strange black swan, anything. Right now, I mean, you got to take in all the bearish possible scenarios, even if you don't want to. But it is what it is. So one step at a time, it all happened at the same time. That's what when you really research time, they say it's all one. You die and live all in the same moment. There is no when, there is no then, because it all happened now. It's all happening now at the same time. Everything is happening at the exact same moment. Don't you understand? It could be a gray swan. I'm into that. I think you're onto something there. I really do. And as funny as you might have spit your coffee out, but I think you're really onto something there. Yeah. Crypto Billy. Yeah, you got to get the pants. People think I won't wear pants just because I put the pants on, man. I got pants on. No shoes, no socks, though. Always barefoot. Barefoot trading. Like the barefoot sailing adventures, barefoot trading adventures. Barefoot trading adventures. That's my next YouTube channel. Don't steal it. So will it take 5 to 6 months to consolidate before we break out? Usually it does. After a dump like this, it takes Bitcoin some time. This took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months. The last one here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this could take 6 or 7 months before the bigger breakout. That could then take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months to break out, putting you at 140,000 by September of 2026. If that were to, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just putting it out there, building up some models on the bigger time frame. That would still be somewhat bullish. What's our bullish scenario? Somehow this breaks back up. And this turns more into like an ascending triangle. But either way, it looks like 1, 2, 3. It looks like we're in for some 4 to 5 month consolidation, my friends. And you don't start pumping again till right there, October, November. And then when you do, it just boom, 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 120, 126,000. Measured move there at 152K by May, and the market's over. I mean, that would make sense to me. It's a pretty big blow. Had we stayed a little more sideways, there's a chance we could still wake up. I get it, but that monthly candle has spoken for Bitcoin. So there's your bullish scenario. There's your bullish but more bearish scenario. And your most bearish scenario is somehow you dump down here and you make a head and shoulder pattern and you come back down to $38,000, $40,000 BTC. I'm open-minded that all three could play out. I wouldn't want this one. This one would be horrible. But I'm open-minded that it could happen on the monthly candle. Okay. What's going on with the chat? How's the chat doing? How's everybody in the chat? That would be awesome. Yeah. Hot Poppy. Yeah. They're going to add Bitcoin to the reserves at all-time high. Just saying. Right. Watch out for them. Lego with no shoes on. I know. I just stepped on a mini chess piece, man. A horse chess piece. So you're not that far out. Happy Friday, Sam. Please know you have changed my life. What you're doing is bigger than the chart. Shout out to Barefoot Sailing Adventures, the Barefoot Trading Adventures. I was wondering if you were going to pop on random because you're not on every. I can't, and there you are. And we were connected. I knew you were there. You've changed my life too, man. I watched you, man. God bless you. You're living like the dream sometimes. Somewhere out there, I should have been back on my boat. You taught me that as much money as I make, as successful as I get, I got to get back on that sailboat one day, or I'm not a success at all. I got to get back to the earth. I love watching your videos, man. They were awesome. So God bless you. I hope you're having a wonderful night. 152. Everyone, check out Barefoot Sailing Adventures. Check them out. Barefoot Sailing Adventures, the coolest couple in the game. They travel the world and dominate together. So look at this, the 1 minute time frame. Bearish div on that 1 minute. Let's take a look at the 3-day chart. So the monthly, absolutely disgusting. Doesn't look amazing. I don't see anything hot to trot. I don't see anything unbelievable. It looks just like we could get more bear, if anything. I will focus on the weekly hidden bullish divergence, which is the only thing for me at the present moment that could really save the day. And hidden bullish, in case you're not sure what it is, it's when you swing down on the RSI, but you swing up in price action. Then from this wick here, because that's like the beginning of the bigger impulse, I will swing a Fibonacci to the top, and it will tell me that we're pretty dang close to bounce off of that 618. And this is a known reversal area, and you have support and resistance on a wick. And you didn't hit it, but you came pretty dang close. So this suggests that you could be bouncing from this area. And then when I look at the fear and greed index, whenever I've seen this thing at a 10 or a 15, I mean, now it's back to 20, which tells me you may never get 78,000 again for the rest of your life. Like, that may be it. That may be the bottom. Whenever this goes to 10 or 20 and bounces back, 9 out of 10 times, that's the bottom. If it's not the bottom, so be it. But 9 out of 10 times, it happens to be the bottom. A bit of a bottom, eh? A bit of a bottom. Happens to be a bit of a bottom, eh? So can we get this bounce off the 618 fib? Can we get this golden pocket move? Can we get the hidden bullish divergence? The divergence is strong. La divergence. Ah! What? Oh, sorry. Again, they told me in the studio, what? Now Cheryl doesn't want to work again? She says it was too loud? They can't? Come on. All right. You're all fired. There's nobody here. I'm alone. And let's take a look at the super chats coming on in there. And actually, let me bring that back. I think I brought them down because they were getting so crazy. Well, let me see here if I can bring back these the alert box right there. Yeah. Thank you so much for the super chats. Let's take a look at what's happening here on the super chat. What do you think about Ian Ed? Says Andre Stefan with the CHF $10. He says, what do you think about ETHNA, ENA? You know, I own it. I think it's a great DeFi product. People that use the DeFi on it say it's amazing. It also has institutional support and connections, kind of like ONDO. I wouldn't be surprised if it came out saying that ONDO and them are working together at one point, if they have already, if I've missed it. So I'm very bullish. I like it. I own it. Long term, I think it's hot. If the market does recover, it's hot. If the market slumps, it slumps like everything else, right? You can't power through the slump. But I'm overall bullish on it, and I can't wait to see what could happen. So what we're looking for Bitcoin is to keep this beautiful flat top that we made. No worries, right? But to get this uptrend to continue here, to get a V-shaped recovery on the daily in the next 2 to 3 days, chop around for a while, and then we can break on out the length of the pole, and we can get back to what's called brass tacks here and get to about 60,000 by August even. Unlikely, right? How are we going to pump throughout? Usually it's sell in May and go away. So after this dump, it says we may struggle. I'm open-minded and I'm optimistic, so we'll take it one step at a time. But this is kind of what you're really looking for if you're bullish. It's kind of a must-have to it's like a have to happen as soon as you can. Will it happen for sure? Nobody knows. So that's what I'm watching for. I'm watching for some. Now, if that doesn't bounce, starts to drop, you're going lower, lower, lower. And the idea is, you lost this trend line. You could say it's a falling wedge. That would be your base. And clearly, look, that drops right down and to the point of control somewhere at 67,000. So you don't get a bounce here. There's a chance you do go to 67K. It's right there written in stone, you know. $67,000 BTC oversold on the stochastics RSI. Hidden bullish divergence. We must get a bounce sooner than later here off the daily. And that's a beautiful wick. I like the close of the daily candle on that wick. Let's take a look at the daily candle close, shall we? So we opened at 84,708. The high was 85,120 even. The low was 78,259, and we closed at 84,349 and 54 cents, down $358 on the day. You know, so we started at 84,708, we ended at 84,350. But wow, we wanted to trek all the way down to 78,000, only to end the day only down $350, down 4.2%. So not much movement there, but pretty insane of a candle, if you ask me. And that's a bullish engulfing candle. I mean, not a bullish doji with way more wickage to the upside than to the downside. I like that action pack that I'm seeing. 1, 2, 3 wicks. However, this isn't looking good. We need this to recover and recover soon. If this starts to dump, 22, if you have to ask, it does look like it's in a bit of a bear flag, no? That would send us somewhere down to about 72K. 68,000, although you know where we could be seeing price action. Take a look at BOOKMAP as we start to address lower liquidity and just see if we have those pools of liquidity for us. So there's stop losses. This is what it's going to tell you where the stops are, and it really does tell us it wants to take us down to 70K, 67,000. So this says that's definitely possible, and it's more likely that we're going down than up. This is a pretty accurate indicator, everybody. When there's more red below you, you're likely going to the downside. When there's red above you, you're likely going to the upside. It's just what it is, okay? And so this tells me that there's I'd say a 75 to 80% chance that we're going down to 70K. Doesn't mean it's happening for sure, but when you look at BOOKMAP and there's not much else to go on but all the way to the low side at 70K, it does tell us that that looks very, very likely. So what this tells me is any bounce may be worth taking a nibble off of price action, because it looks like we may be getting a lower low. And then this says we go to 72 and to 68,000. So this also fulfills the prophecy. This bear flag fulfills the prophecy down to liquidity. And there you have it, kind of very similar to something like this. Again, don't be mad at the messenger. It is what it is. Let's take a look at the 12-hour time frame. That bounced and got back inside with some gainage. And again, let's take a look. Get rid of all this stuff. We're speculating there. But I mean, on the 22-hour, there's a bit of a bear flag there. 12-hour has some bullish div, and this is what we're looking for. We really want to see this type of bullish divergence, this pull up, this pull down. We got to get that bounce. Resistance for Bitcoin at 86,150. Resistance at 89. You know, we got some bullish divvy, which I don't mind. It's pretty good. MACD turning, RSI, everything got legs there, especially, 10-hour, 8-hour time frame. They look good to me. And then there's your 4-hour bullish div, and this is kind of where we stand. Now, we got this last night. We rolled over. And it looks tonight maybe a similar idea here with the stochastics high. It may be time for us to roll over. Saddest thing is this is a symmetrical triangle. These mainly break what? To the downside. 90% of the time, whenever I've drawn this pattern, it has taken the asset either way. For Bitcoin, it's taken it to the downside for the last 2 to 3 years. That target takes it somewhere to 75K. And if you hold control, you grab the same measured move and swing it. Put you at about 92,005, 9240. So it could go either way, but this usually dumps on you to the downside. 2 hours overbought, 1 hour's overbought, and they all kind of are showing signs of rolling over possibly to the downside for Bitcoin. Now, I like that this is in a bit of a flag, but it's not amazing. Let's take a look at the 15. And it's starting to get choppy. Like it looks head and shoulder for a second, but then it's not. But shoulder, head, right shoulder. I mean, that, still attempting to go somewhat sideways. So you get as much information as you can, and you go from there. So that's what we're looking at. It's kind of shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's battling, but there's a chance this could flag out despite the insanity there. And there's your bigger measured move. And I could see this thing taking off. The measured move, if it was able to figure this one out, would get it back to about 90,800, which would be unbelievable, right? That would be a rejoicement. If you can get above this resistance here right there, that would be a big deal at 86,000, at 87 even, excuse me. So golden cross coming above the 200 MA. I like the fundamentals, but, I also see that the program, it may not go as planned, but I like the fundamentals, tightness, but I do see some type of head and shoulder in there. Tight moving averages above the 200 MA give me hope that this flag will play out, so I'm long, baby, long. We take a look at the 1 minute, similar idea, 5 minutes, similar idea, and it's really just already beginning that weekend chop. Hey, if you can stay above the 200 MA in the 5 minute, you are bullish. That's the first thing I would say. If you can stay above the 200 MA on the 15 minute, you are also bullish. Once you lose the 200 MA on the 15, we would start to believe the price action isn't going to do what it's going to do. So watch your 15-minute time frame. And look at that nice bounce right there with the golden cross. That should get a nice bounce. And a continuation to the upside. So yeah, so far so good for BTC. Let's jump on out of Bitcoin and let's take a look at SEE. SEE is actually up since the initial entry, even though it may have flopped and groped a little bit here, and now it's in a bit of a flag. That's a nice flag. The last time we saw a flag similar to KAITO, got a nice pump out of a flag that was similar. So that looks like it could break out to about $2.99, $3. Again, it's not amazing. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see that? But defied by a little bit of a bump. Go either way. I do see the stochastics resetting while price action's holding. A golden cross on the 15. And it is waiting for Bitcoin. Bitcoin dumps, SEE bumps. Bitcoin pumps, SEE takes a nice pump to the upside. Bit of a shoulder, head, kind of a shallow right shoulder there. That could propel you to the upside too as well for SEE. So I like what I'm seeing for SEE on the small time frames. Amazing evening with Sammy. Shout out to Rave Song Records. Thank you for jumping on in. You didn't have to, but you did. I appreciate you all for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Get ready for the weekend ahead and get ready for the week ahead. Project into where we could be going and where we've been so we're not swept off our feet when we get there. Project to going to where we're going to where we project to where we're going to where we've been so we're not swept off our feet when we get there. Amen. I mean, very healthy retracement. If Bitcoin can pull back the way it did and people can just be like, well, that's what happens. That's no worries. Then, what about the alts? Like, the alts took a beat down. Would have been nice if they stayed kind of high. But, I mean, at one point, if you got an early, you're up still, possible. But it had to have been like 2022 early, like we, at certain things like Casper and stuff when at first, maybe the beginning of 2023. I don't want to quote the exact moment in time because I could be wrong. So, yeah, I like SEE if it could bounce and hold the zone here above the 200 MA. And you would expect it to. It would go to a new high at 7 beans. Sway, baby, sway. Sway with me, baby, sway. Hey. So that's still bullish to me, on my radar for sure. One of the coins that I would be paying attention to. And how do you spell this? Do you say KAITO, KAITO, however? You say KAITO, I say tomato. So we saw it in this nice flag. It did go sideways and bounce, but shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can it continue to grind here? And you can see it's a falling wedge that could break to the upside. That's some bullish signs for a possible bounce off the bottom of this channel. However, it bounced beautifully there up to what, 220, 219? Only to come back down again. I like to see a higher low and a continuation there. Doesn't look amazing. I got to give it to you. There's some sketchy business going on. So new to the exchange as well. And just I mean, it's just loving this uptrend, though, which got me in the mood. Strange. Got me in the mood. What made me say something like that? I feel like it broke resistance. That was a falling wedge. Came back down, though, for, you know. And now you're in another little falling wedge that can break out. I would watch it. I'm not a fan right now at the present moment. I got a swing trade here at the bottom, you know, and it went up. It's up a little bit, but we'll see. I'm not going to like pile in. I want to see that continue, but it didn't. Kind of pulled back and went sideways. So we'll see what happens here for KAITO. It is one of the hotter coins. I want to see it boom, boom, boom and break this high. If it can get above 216, 218, that would get me excited. Bitcoin attempting to save itself here. And the SWE trade. So I do believe I have some trades open here. SWE trade. They're Bitcoin down $4. SWE trade's up 41. We'll see what happens. But now the SWE trade looks interesting. Let's see. It's almost following this same, you know, a bit of a flag here for SWE. And if Bitcoin pumps, we could get a SWE. Watch, if SWE could explode and I could hit my target. I could even raise my target, get a little greedy there. And make some, if that happens, Sammy will make some gains. Stochastic's pointing up. This looks like a pump is coming here. Let's take a look at the Coin M Perpetual BTC. Again, this is MEXC. And you know, I like this too. I mean, that's a bit of a flag there for Bitcoin. And we all know what flags above the 200 MA could do. And I've been in this trade, you guys. I think I got into the trade right after the stream. Still open. Nobody's going to close it using the 15-minute 200 MA. I got in with my stop loss down here. As long as that 15-minute held to 200, we're good to go. And we've been holding it ever since. Looks like the pump is real right now. Let's deep dive here into BOOKMAP. We might catch ourselves a short squeeze on the live again, like we almost always do. And right now, Bitcoin short squeezing up to 84,420. You can see this violent move up into liquidity. And boom, boom, boom. And now there's people that jump into the shorts and keep throwing stop losses up, which could give us liquidity to ape the shorts further to the upside. You see how that works? As they continue to short us, we continue to take them out. Stop losses, they give us the liquidity to make it out alive, right? And above the 200 MA, I wouldn't be surprised if we see us somewhere at 80, 90,000, 89, 90,000, not too long from now. Wow, what a day, huh? And it was just been sideways since I've called out this flag to begin with. Right there even, we were watching this flag, if you remember. And if you stick with me, you'll just be spot on. We were up at one point with the wickage. Now both trades are green again, but not amazing. This SWE trade was up $180 at its best, maybe even 200 at one point. 333 on that 333, baby. So I'm in this flag. I'm looking for this cup and handle to serve me right and pump me to the upside here for Bitcoin. The rest of the markets would follow. It would create a bit of a frenzy. Nice little pump for altcoins tomorrow. And then, you know, we could get back into some type of action on the weekend, on the morning. Blessing, Sam. Can you look at Lunar Classic, please? Thank you. Shout out to Margaret Ness. Let's take a look at LUNC, Lunar Classic. And SWE getting a strong pump there. And as I showed you before, it looks to me like SWE's going to make a move out of this flag aggressively. And just even if it doesn't get the bigger move, just a regular move here sends SWE somewhere to about $2.93 into the $3 range. Look for SWE to make some serious gains, possibly tonight on low volume. A nice big pumpage could get it going. We take a look at Terra Classic, same thing. Look, getting back above the 15-minute 200 MA. Look, it looks identical to Bitcoin. It's in the exact same Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin pumps, everything pumps. Bitcoin breaks out the flag, you see me post a gain, everything is going to be posting a gain out them flags. So you can see the whole market's waiting on this shoulder, head, right shoulder to play out for Bitcoin, for Luna C, for everything really. And that sends you back there to 017. And that takes you to about 6.2%. Sammy, you think we break up to 89K and wash back down to 73 liquidation? Anything could happen, I don't think, but that looks like it could be a possible scenario, but I don't know. It's SWE, man. It's SWE. It's not SUI, it's SWE. SWE! This is normal, Chad. The weekends are low volume in the markets. Amen. Yeah. Too many Chads in the chat. Shout out to Gorgon Sorensen. Gordon's the type of man that makes his mouthwash use mouthwash. Sorry. Render, baby. Hey, man, let's take a look at Render. And almost every coin should look like that. You know, in that way. In that way. In what way? In that way. And I mean, every coin Render is above the 15-minute nicely, you see? So Render's saying, hey, I'm going to break. And these are what's called bullish rectangles. So Render in the flag to the upside. And this is why I do this, everybody. And Render's one of my favorite coins. I have a huge position in Render. I own a boatload of it. I'd like to see it get back to $4 or $5 so we can get this train going. I'm not DCing anymore. I've bought what I could put into the market. I put in so much money in the market. The altcoins have got me in way deeper than I ever would be in, you know. So it is what it is at this point. I've got it in there if it's in there. Every once in a while I'm adding to more BTC, but to get me to add to more Bitcoin is very difficult at this point. I mean, anything but Bitcoin. Like, I add Bitcoin, but that's it. So oversold on Render with the flag to the upside. Render looks like it's going to push, and push it will. Bitcoin looks like it's going to pump, and pump it will. Sammy may have called this pump here tonight, right now, on the live. I don't know how we do it at 8:47, but we might just start pumping on a Saturday night. And I'm drinking a non-alcoholic Cosmopolitan, cranberry, orange, and lime. It's amazing. That's the sound of my drink hitting the table. Bang. Don't be scared. It's okay. It's okay. I never got my dry cleaning that day. My wife had to get it for me. It was unbelievable. So crazy. St. John's, baby, tomorrow. St. John's, baby. Back at it again. They're getting me through these dumps, man. Watching my college team win, they're just getting me through these hard times. And may God bless those amazing basketball players over at St. John's, man. They're giving it their all. They really are. And it's amazing to see. And I'm so proud of them. I really am. Let it be known, man. They're amazing. God bless each and every one of you here watching the stream tonight. Thank you very much for being a part of the stream. for liking the video, for commenting, for showing your face in that way, digital face, and, you know, just being a part of the community and making the stream amazing. Without you, the stream cannot go on, would never get to where it was at with the thousands of viewers a day and hitting heights that I never thought we could hit, but each and every one of you believed in me, and you made it happen. Maybe we get the likes up to the watchers. Shout out to the 294 beautiful people that did hit that like button. I'm so grateful for 295 likes. I can't believe God would give me that many likes today at night on a Friday night. So that's a blessing. Celebrated the fourth birthday of my second daughter today. I cannot believe she's 4 years old. She has grown up in the last 3 months so fast. She's so sweet. She's so kind. She's so beautiful. So many, you know, a good amount of people came over. She got so many gifts. I was so proud to see her open up her gifts, and it was nice to see in Florida. We have so many people that love our kid. We just got here, and we're slowly making a new life as we just moved here, but we have people that love us and care about us. And, you know, shout out to Mindy specifically. Thank you for always being there for my kids. She got a ball pit. She got a kitchen, helped pick it up, and just super awesome. And blessings to everybody out there. You know, we lost a grandma and my mom, and she was an awesome woman. So it's nice when other people around us pick up that slack and show our kids some love. And I just feel like we are a big family in this world. You don't have to know everybody or be blood related to feel that connection. And yeah, let's get this pump tonight for Bitcoin. And I wouldn't expect it. Friday nights are usually slow. But hey, a move's a move. Above the 200 MA, getting tight. Usually you're going to get a move at one point to the upside. That target does take you to 89,800 for Bitcoin. Any upside targets now built in? Yes, they just built in 86,500. It wasn't there before. Now we got some shorts to liquidate. So what happens is we get the pump. We start pumping up and people figure, okay, it's time to short now. And they just immediately start shorting the market. And what they do is they create exit liquidity for more longs to pump. And so we're looking for Bitcoin to pump into those short liquidations. You can see there's a lot more liquidity right there, but we still got our chunk up there all the way to 86,500. And it looks like we may be going up to 86.5 to take out some targets. Not guaranteeing anything, but the Stokes are pushing up. It's looking interesting. 1 hour's a bit overbought and says, no way, you're going to dump on me. But the 21's curving. The 1 hour could be just curving just enough there. Let's see if we can close in the next 7 minutes a bullish engulfing candle on the 1 hour time frame. We got 7 minutes and 44 seconds to close a bullish candle, and it's the biggest candle really in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in about 7-8 hours. Let's see if we get this rippage here for Bitcoin. So into live trades, I'm in SWE long, which just ripped up 166. SWE just got the pump to the upside of 27%. I gave the call to the trading group, and I only used $600 to make $160, almost up 27% on my long, baby. Let's take a look at what's happening to SWE. Bitcoin gets the green pump. SWE gets the green pump. All your longs start to pump. That render trade starts to do damage. We see the gains on gains on gains. And so here we go. And if you look at SWE's in this beautiful flag on the 1 hour time frame. I see this thing moving up to the 200 MA. My target's up there like $3, $3.10. We get there, I'm going to make a pretty penny. Let's see if we can get this move and get some weekend trading. Bitcoin gets the pump, goes sideways into tonight. Liquidity flows into altcoins. We get altcoins Saturday. We do get a bit of a bounce here on some lower liquidity bouncing. And then we have a lot of shorts to liquidate, which pushes up to the price during the weekend, which is something that you wouldn't normally see, but we will get the move. Renders starting to come out of the flag already. This thing, speak of the DV, and there's renders starting to push to the upside. I like what I'm seeing there for render on this move back to the upside on the 15-minute time frame. So render might be something you want to snail. All right. So a big deal here. We've got an announcement from the White House. Okay? An announcement from the White House. I'm going to paste it here. Hot off the press. Thank you, Master Friend, with the DM dem. The DM dem. The tendies. So let's take a look here. Washington, D.C. The White House announced today that President Trump will host deliver remarks at the first ever White House Crypto Summit on Friday, March 7th. Attendees will include prominent founders, CEOs, and investors from the crypto industry, as well as members of the president's working group on digital assets. The summit will be chaired by the White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs and administered by the working group's executive director Bo Hines. Previously, President Trump promised to be America's first crypto president, and in his Week 1 executive order, number 14178, he declared that the policy of my administration is to support the responsibility and growth and use of digital assets across all sectors of the economy. After the previous administration unfairly prosecuted the digital asset space, President Trump's policy vision represents a new era for digital financial technology. The administration is committed to providing a clear regulatory framework, enabling innovation, and protecting economic liberty. That's going to be in March 7th, so in just 9 days. And, you know, there's going to be people from the investors and investors from the crypto industry. It's interesting. There's going to be some people there. Probably someone I know will be there. I've networked pretty high up into the space. I know some people. I'm not trying to be rude, but hey, I know some guys, huh? A couple people might know me in the space. They might know Sam Price over here. Shout out to everybody on the live. Thank you for being here. And it is breaking news. Breaking news. You're funny, man. But that's big news. And that might be getting Bitcoin a little bit of a pump here to the upside, which is getting SWE to follow. And we're getting just a little bit of a movement here. Back up Bitcoin at 84,500 now. And let's see if we get this weekend pump for SWE. You never know. I get stopped out at break or near break even. We'll see. Not a lot of risk there. Might just take my 160 and call it a day. 195. So let's take a look at the way SWE is moving here on the smaller time frames. Wow, it's getting above the smooth moving average, showing signs of a bigger move. It's pretty close to the 21. No really reason to sell a trade when you're that close to the 21. Let's see if we can gap up somewhere up here at 295, 280, where I'd like to get out of this. Looks like I may be posting a win to the trading group later on. I opened this trade and I gave it to the trading group. So if you took this, you're in the money. It's so crazy that I'm always like, hey, if you did take this, you're in the money. No reason not to leave the group. Still, people got liquidated, didn't listen, and probably got wrecked. And I will rebuild as many people as I can to help you find a way, but you got to listen and pay attention. Wow. So look at this, 286, and this thing is whipping. Now we're up 235 on $600. I mean, 37% gains. SWE starting to do some damage here, getting to kind of where I would like to possibly, take some profits now. Wow, 250 now. Definitely going to move the stop loss to break even. Can't lose the trade now. SWE starting to get a nice pump to the upside. Can we get that weekend sauce? And if we close the candle above the 200 smooth moving average, which is this white line, the SMMA, then yes. And you can see how I use the same strategies to print money over and over again, doing the same things every single day. And honestly, I think that's good enough. I don't really trade alts. I'll take $200 and be so happy about it. And so I'm about to, there you go. That's it. I'm good enough. Man, maybe it rips all night long, and it probably will, and go all the way up here. But I'm okay. I'm okay. I mean, I never trade altcoins. That was awesome for me to make 30% off $600. I'm ecstatic right now. Just an added extra to the game. I don't know if anyone took the SWE trade and it was able to scalp it, still in it, but God bless you if you made some gains. That's some good news to create the support for the bottom. The market is usually ahead of the actual event with the crypto. Yeah. SWE printing, amen. And it does look like Bitcoin's going to rip. I mean, that was big news. The charts say you're going to pump up to the 200 MA on the 1 minute time frame, up to 90,000. That's what the charts say. So I'm long for that move to the upside. I could be wrong, but this is a move that I've practiced many times, and I've back tested the tight moving averages up to the 200. I've seen it many, many times. So yeah, and let's go over the idea here that if we didn't buy in the lows, I mean, buying those lows was amazing. 79,000, 78K. I had to buy Bitcoin when I saw 7s and 8s. I mean, low 8s, 7, 9. And whenever we were at 10, everybody, you don't get 10. 10 is a gift. I have to, again, I'm not a financial advisor. You got to do whatever makes you happy. But for me, I got to be buying 10. I got to be buying 10 in the Fear and Greed Index. If I'm not buying 10, then what the heck am I buying? Like, what can I be buying if I can't buy 10? I'm going to go buy the highs? I know I can't buy the highs. If I know I can't buy the highs, then what can I buy? You know, let's get the likes up to the watchers and whatever. You know what? I'm blessed with the 395 that I do have. The people that did, you guys get the blessings. People that gave me the likes, the awesome karma goes back to you. So that's between us. So shout out to everyone that hit that like button. And God, thank you for the 396 beautiful people that did hit that like button. I'm very blessed and grateful for those likes. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. You know, you could tip a waiter, hand them a $10 bill. You could tip but you guys are watching me, doing my service, doing what I do, live streaming every single day, and you're throwing out that like, and it's a big deal to me. And I'm very grateful, and I'm very thankful. And so thank you so much. It's very, very nice of you. You don't have to, and you do it anyway. And it will come back to you tenfold. Anyone that does that, super classy, super good move. It's a karmatic event when you do that, and it will come back to you tenfold. I know that in my heart of hearts. So a stutter step for price action. Seems like Sammy sold the local top again. How did he know it was just going to start dumping like that? I don't know. Maybe they all market trade. Does everybody market copy trade? They copy trade me over here in the markets. There's a whole market. Copy trade me over here. Don't copy trade myself. What happens if I sell on myself and I short myself? Then what happens if I'm shorting myself? Who's shorting me if I'm shorting myself over here? That suit is popping, lifer. Shout out to Wild Mofo. Thank you for being here, man. God bless you. Definitely feels like a Tristan Tate suit. Mempool BTC. Sammy, I can't swap my USDC to USDT on. I'm missing all the action. Then just sell USDC to something else, can you? No. Transfer it off to MetaMask, swap it to something else, get it cooking, man. There's always a way. So everything is in this flag. If this flag fails, it's kind of going to be a sad day. It's going to be like, man, you had a bearish rectangle on the whole. I mean, a bullish rectangle, 21-day moving average tight. This says everything's going to make a move. This is just coming down for the bullish retest at the top of the channel. And we're going to eventually get that pump. But, nothing is guaranteed. It also has to be looked at similar to a symmetrical triangle here. And we both know that they could go either way. And we could get a dump to the downside. So SWE, if SWE can go sideways, if SWE goes back above the smooth moving average, I may be willing to take it again. I got in right there and let that thing rip. So very similar ideas. Just anything, if it can get that down there, it's closer to the 200 MA. That's a 5-to-1. That would be 100 for 500. And I already made 200 on SWE. The key is to keep adding to the little wins over and over again. Chipping away. KAITO even got a nice little pump in the last 2 hours. Back into the twos, 207, 206. I like it. I got faith. This is a higher low. I don't love the structure that I'm looking at, though. Just doesn't look amazing. I'll be honest. Everybody follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm here on Twitter all the time, doing what we do. Today we were cooking steaks in the backyard. All right.
Last day of February, beautiful day, and we're
Look at these big ribeyes, baby.
unbelievable.
Look at the size of those things. The camera actually makes them look big. I mean, that's insane. It's a wide angle lens because they look like they look like they're the size of my entire, they weren't that big. They were big, but wow. That one looks like it's like this big in the camera, but it was probably more like that big, but it looks like that big. What I mean, they look amazing. That's mouth-watering to someone that, look at that.
And pepper, we got beautiful, beautiful grill. I'm gonna let it get up to
That grill is awesome. I just started grilling. I'm having a blast grilling. Good times.
Show you these things sizzling up, and then we're gonna eat them up. Last day of February.
And then we had them right here, just all nice and charred up. And that one was just, oh man. Anyway, sorry to get you guys, but it was a good time. And I definitely had a nice giant ribeye for lunch today with a little side of Amish potato salad. Kept it super Florida. So KAITO, I like it. I got $3,000. I want to see if this thing can pump. So there's some action tonight for a Friday night. Despite all the dumpage, there is action, which isn't normal for a bear market, right? And hold on one second. I want to, yeah. XTER, this coin, I mean, the TA looks kind of like trash, right? But it did look like it was going to pump, and it did, right? Look at that. It made a flag, and it pumped out the flag, falling wedge. Just got no volume, so it's kind of, yeah. Too low on the volumo.
And this morning we were talking about DeepSeek.
DeepSeek was
hold on.
created by...
I don't know where that is or how that happened. There we go. I'm watching videos all the time. There we go. Coin market cap. There we go. Radium up 15% in 24 hours. You'd think Radium would get a bit of a bounce. Sonic should be getting a bit of a bounce. SEE as well. Looked really nice recently. Let's take a look at SEE. SEE was on my radar for a possible bounce. Okay, so it didn't too well. It didn't stay in the flag that I was looking for. See, I had an alert. I didn't make the trade, but I said, put an alert on SEE. I want to see it stay in the flag. It did not. It fell out the flag, bounced. Now it's kind of dwindling. This is a bit odd here. It's going to have to bounce pretty nicely now, back up and make a bigger, a bigger wedge. There's some, it's bullish divvy, but SEE always seems to underperform when it might just start to cook, right? See if it can come up, make that right shoulder, and then, still worth watching the consolidation for SEE. Still, let's take a look at Ray, which is Radium on MEXC. Fell all the way to the downside there. Got some love back now after the slump. Wow, it got crushed though. Like, it's got to make that bounce back up, and then it's either the bottom or like we're done. You know what I mean? It's kind of crazy. It's like either that gets a bounce or we're cooked. It made it to previous supportive resistance, and you got to get the daily back above the 200 MA at one point. First thing you got to do is get above like the 1 hour or like the 15-minute 200. Okay, so again, you are above the 15, so you're flagging out almost every asset is in a flag. You see this? Whether it's in a choppy, bullish rectangle, a sharper mover, or it's in a tighter flag like this one, they're all in a bit of a flag. Cup and handle above the 200. That tells me we could get a move up to 293. So I'm seeing a move here in almost all the altcoins. Greetings, Lifer. Can you check out OXO? Let's take a look at OXO. OXO here, AI. It's on CoinEx. I mean, giant cup and handle there falling to the downside. It's one of those like, do you believe in it? Every new coin lost an era. Everyone gave up on idea because everything is new and you're speculating on the market. The market's got to be ripe for anything to come out and develop. And if no people are going to give it that chance, and it's going to fall off on liquidity. I never bought this coin. I like the idea of it. I like the marketing. I like its name, and I like the team, but unless you really truly believe in this, I couldn't touch it right now. I got to see it get back above the 200 MA, and then I'll swing trade. See, I'm not into buying the bottom anymore. I'm into swing trading a strong uptrend. That's it. If I get that, then I'll take it. If not, no way. And that's basically what I'm after now. Kind of changed up the way I go after the positioning. Alrighty. Just entered a 10x long on ETH. Take profit at 22,340 when I wake up. We'll check how it's going. Ramadan Mubarak. Oh yeah, is that tomorrow too? Does that start tomorrow? I think it does. My goodness. Thank you, Blind Wanderer. God bless you, man. Pump Fund cut ties with Jew? Wow, that's weird. Let's take a look at Cardanos. Those Cardanos are hot right now. And I've been an ADA fan for a long time. You know, the stable people in crypto are ADA fans. The people that get stable come back to becoming ADA fans. It seems like the nerdy, responsible community, you know. That's like how we're looked at, the ADA community. So, falling wedge back to the upside, bouncing off the 200 MA. We're in the hands of Chuck, man. Charles Hoskinson, doing the right thing by his peoples. I mean, 786 bounce off that 200 MA. And again, you're waiting for Bitcoin. Everyone thinks this is ripping, but you're waiting for Bitcoin on the daily. Again, like every coin, does it have that flag on the 15? It does, and it's getting above the 200 MA. And Cardano kind of began the pump a little earlier than most. It got out of its flag. It's kind of doing the render. And yes, I mean, just buying there with a stop on the other side could render some gains. And the measured move for Cardano, and really the whole market, looks like it's going back to at least 67 cents. Right now we're sitting at about 60 cents. I mean, that's still amazing, right? After years of watching Cardano, to see it actually become something that pumps and the market talks about, amazing, right? To see Cardano at 132 after all the ups and downs. And that can't be the end for Cardano in this run, 132. Just doesn't make sense, right? There's got to be more coming for Cardano over here. The worst pot is over. Recovery starts soon. We never know, but it would be the case based on what my years of doing this, everybody, and I could be wrong. But based on my years of doing this, the extreme fear at 20, I mean, when you see extreme fear at 10, it's very rare. It takes a lot of price action to get down there. Ooh. It takes a lot of price action. Remember, we had one other coin that I was looking at. I don't put out a lot of stuff. You know, I usually put on between 4 and 10 coins every couple of days. But when the market's tight, I only put out 1 or 2 or 3 coins. And really, one of the only coins I put out was BERA Chain, right? And we talked about it earlier today on the channel. And I gave you the entry with the stop loss and everything. You can now move the stop loss to break even. That thing is in the game. And so there's a beautiful 13% gains for BERA Chain. And again, when the market's not that amazing, 13% is getting in and getting out when the market's whatever's. But that told me we were going to pump tight moving averages. See, how do I find all this? How do I always... Because we work really hard, we don't take days off, and we're going to push no matter what. It doesn't matter. All right? People will come and go. People will leave the market. People will come back into the market. We will be here no matter what, finding a way, finding the gains. So BERA Chain breaks out nicely for 13% gains. Pretty sweet. BERA Chain for gains. Get this. There we go. I'm like, what are you doing to me over here? You got a wire underneath the mouse. Of 13% over here. And it actually getting green right now. So for whatever reason, this Friday night, Bitcoin might just, Bitcoin shows signs of staying above. Like Bitcoin dumped and didn't pumped and didn't dump right back. It's showing signs of life right now. It's showing some big signs of life. So again, if I wouldn't chase BERA Chain, I would put it inside of another flag here on the 1 hour, 2 hour time frame. And that's kind of how you'd like to get it again. But this thing looks bullish to me for a continuation up to 12.19. And we get it at 750, and it already ripped all the way up to 875, 880. That ain't bad. It ain't bad at all. KAITO 210 showing signs of life. I'm up there. I'm in there for $3,000 around the $2 region. Let's go, KAITO. Let's go, baby. And that kind of shows kind of what's happening on this weekend market. I wouldn't go too crazy, but we are seeing some love. A bit of a short squeeze for Bitcoin to the upside. I could be wrong, but it looks like when we get back tomorrow for the morning update, things are going to be pretty cookie cutter here. And we're going to see Bitcoin pumping up to the 200 MA here on the 1 hour time frame. Might take till tomorrow night. And again, we could get rejected and dumped, but that looks like what's most likely going to happen. I could be wrong. I'll keep you up to date if I see a double top or, but right now that looks beautiful. And so far the breakout is happening as suggested here for Bitcoin. SWE looks like it actually may continue to rip. This may just be the beginning of this move tonight for a bunch of different coins. I would pay attention. I gave you some setups that look pretty ripe, but you got to find out what makes you tick. You got to have the education. Again, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Never just get into a trade because I put it out. Use the education, use the knowledge that I teach you and apply it. And if it applies and you see something, go for it. It's up to you. But yeah, SWE looks interesting to me, like it could have some more in the tank for some gains, baby, gains. So I'll watch this flag for SWE. Might even jump back in. Look at that thing. Let me take a look at the super chats and see what's happening before I jump on out of here for the monthly close. Stock is extreme fear too. I think everything going to pump for the month of March. Yeah, it looks like they're setting up for a beautiful pump. Let's take a look at the fan funding real fast. Greetings, Lifer. Can you check out 0x0? Yeah, can you go over ETH? Said Lid Glass. Much love. And he says, Polls, Polka Starter on Coinbase is ripping. TA, please. Oh, also, Noah Brown, have a blessed night. Thank you. What do you think about ENA? We talked about it. Can you look at the chart because I take along now? I did look at the chart, yep. What would you say the percentage of a pattern plays out? It's about 3/4 really in general. We need a double like button, but it depends on when you trade the pattern. Like if you traded only on Friday afternoons, you might have like a 1 out of 10, right? But if you trade regular markets, you have rate. But if you trade really good times, you might have even higher. Sanders, I don't look like it's holding support at $1. It looks okay. Blessing Sam. Can you check out LUNC? We took a LUNC. Now let's take a look at Jason Bulliard. He asked about the support level at at a bean here for ONDO. Let's take a look at ONDO. So if there's a coin out there that's hot, we are going to sniff it out and find it, whether it's new on one of the exchanges, whether it's one of the hottest things we've seen, whether it just came out. We will outwork your favorite, and we'll find it. We will find it. Let's take a look at this daily. The daily looks interesting. ONDO on the daily in a falling wedge, bouncing off that 786 Fibonacci retracement. We really want to see that hold. That's a very key level, and we got to get back above the 200 MA as soon as we can here on the daily. But yeah, it tells me 89 is one of the best prices you can get. Look how oversold we are on the stochastics. You're not chasing the top at all. You're getting in on the bottoms after a massive liquidation dump. So they've cleared the air for everyone to kind of take advantage of the fear, but a lot of people won't. They'll wait for us to pump again. It depends on how you want to play it. I DCA only into projects that are super strong. ONDO's one of them, though, on the radar. Bitcoin, 84,005, and it looks like we may go sideways throughout the night. Paul's Polka Starter. This is an old coin, too, from back in the day. Huge run up, 24 all the way back to 35. You know, it's just low volume. I don't know if it got a pump out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. Maybe people wanted to jump in the metaverse with it. I don't know. But I don't have a lot of faith in it just because it pumped out of nowhere. And look, it does these random pumps out of nowhere. I don't know. It looks pretty sketchy to me. I could be wrong, but I'm just, And it's supposed to be, right? It's supposed to be a launch pad for, right? I don't know. Polkadot. Hey, we're getting some movement at least. If you really like it, I would flag out to 15. the 5 and see if it can make a flag and see where it goes. But I don't know, for something about this thing, even if it ripped for, it's got low volume. It's not my cup of tea. I'm not trying to say be rude or all, just not, you know. Let's take a look at Ethereum here on Binance and see how Ethereum is playing out. Thank you so much for the 528 likes. That is a blessing for anyone that gave me those likes. That sends karma your way, and it's a really nice thing, so thank you. Watch it to see if this 5-minute flag could play out for Ethereum, and very well looks like it may. ETH looking somewhat bullish here for big, you know, just did the bullish. It has this beautiful flag. It broke out, it retested, and it's got a nice measured move here. That looks like it's going all the way somewhere up to about $2,343 for Ethereum. So I am bullish on a bigger move in general on the overall markets. Tight moving averages above the 200 MA suggest that we will get at least to the next liquidity zone up there at 2,300. So yeah. And that is the super chats, everybody. Thank you so much for the support and the love. You didn't have to give, but you did. And the OGs are here. If you're an OG, you're still in the game. God bless you. Thank you so much. Like, unbelievable. All right. Love the jacket. Thank you so much. Love you for thanking me. That's very nice of you. All right, last thing I want to look at is IP. I just want to see how the charts look to me. I mean, it came back and did that double bottom with the higher low. Could almost be looked at like a retest and continue on out. I mean, previous support is resistance. A Fibonacci off that 618. I mean, that tells me that there could be a beautiful move to 894 here for IP. This weekend looks like we may be getting some kind of spicy price action. And again, you got a bullish divergence. You're pushing up with the RSI and the MACD crossing. That's a bit of a double bottom there. Accumulation. It's all about accumulating on the lows near the 618. If it dips a little bit more into the 786, would just be an add-on to the D. I mean, that looks interesting to me. And I was just about to leave. 894, 520. You can see there would definitely be for some resistance further up there at about $7.34. But I like that fib bounce. Previous support as resistance. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You come back to that neckline. You've already tested it once, but twice. Now you got a double bottom. If we really zoom in, maybe on even the 1 hour, you can see that bit of a Adam and Eve too. Look at that's an Adam and Eve. Oh my gosh. So you got this Adam and Eve. This could be the move. IP looks very interesting to me. Could easily roll over, but wow, there could be something brewing here with IP. Definitely worth kind of continuing to pay attention to IP. Yeah, I'd add this to a radar watch list. You can make so many watch lists and delete them, get rid of them. But wow, this looks interesting. So the market's starting to get a little frothy. Even, Sweet looks like it's going to possibly continue further to the upside and get a massive pump here. So everything kind of coming into play, everything following into suit. Looking like it could be could be the night for some pumpage. Setting up nicely here for some gains. Even Bitcoin starting to get back into price action, up 18% now on the long. And we want to see this thing continue to rip. Everybody, I gave you everything I could. I'll see you back tomorrow. You gave your top-down analysis, your monthly candle close. I gave you your bullish scenario, your bearish scenario. Talked about coins. I showed you the only coins I would be bullish on. We had a blast. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll break it down. Stay amazing. Stay blessed. I can't wait to see you again on another amazing, beautiful, awesome live stream. Everybody, I am going to jump on out of here for the night. I'm exhausted. I've worked pretty hard all day long. Made some good gains with you guys too as well. Since the very morning we started trading, since 8 in the morning. Can you believe it? What a tear we've been on. May God bless you all. I'll be back tomorrow to do it again. I can't believe it. And then Sunday again, and then we're just going to keep ripping, baby. And this is our second day of two streams in a row. Our second days. Please subscribe to the channel on our way to 100,000 subscribers. If I just keep streaming twice a day, maybe I can cut it in half and we can get there double time. But I can't wait to get to 92,000 subs. You people have got me very, very close. Please hit the subscriber button. I'd greatly appreciate it. I'm very, very close. And it means a lot to me when any of you do that. I'm just always like, wow, look at that. We're on our way. And I'll show you when I just want to see where we're at right now. And we can get so close. As I sign out, I don't want to waste any of your time. Bitcoin pumping. Bitcoin pumping as suggested. We're at 91,726. I love it. And everybody right here, here's our live count. And again, I love showing this. If you go to Lifetime, look at this. When I started, I had, after doing it for September, October, November, December, January, February, March, for 9 months, I still had 93 people. After dang near almost a year, right there, after a year, my first year, 160 people. And then slowly I did it more and 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 more. And now we're just starting to get that extra push further to the upside. But only you can help me get there. I can't be a subscriber to my channel all but once. So can you make it happen? In the last 7 days, we're continuing to move. We got that crazy, like, weird thing that happened, but yeah, thank you so much to everyone that subscribes to the channel to get me to 92,000. I'd greatly appreciate it. All right, so I like ONDO bouncing off the 786 key level to watch. If that's the best place to buy, technically. Everybody, I love you. I thank you so much for being here, and I'll catch you tomorrow for another beautiful, absolutely amazing live stream. God bless you all. Thank you so much. Stay safe. Stay amazing. I'll catch you tomorrow.